Welcome back to Center Ice Arena for Game 2 of this weekend's showcase. Today's game features the Cincinnati Cyclones Varsity versus the Indian Hill Rangers. These two teams played earlier in the showcase in Canton earlier in the year. Indian Hill came away with the victory. Cyclones lost to Hilliard earlier today by a score 3-1. You got to think their best chance to win this weekend is right now, because tomorrow they play Miami at 7:30 in the morning, and then Dayton. Those are two very tough teams. So I've been looking forward to this game for a long time, because I think we should have beat Indian Hill the first time we played them. It should be a close game, and it should be a good game. Charlie Rosell had the only goal for the Cyclones in their game against Hilliard. It was a shorty. Picked the pass off at the blue line and skated all the way down and finished it. Other than that, the Cyclones did not have enough offense to compete in that game. Cyclones goalie will be Kainoa Sabera. This game was scheduled to start at 7:40. It is now 8:35. And there's a minute 22 warm-up clock running right now. The previous game had a fight, and two players ejected, and then they sat around talking about it for about 15 minutes, and it was already behind schedule at the time. Rosell, Brett Toth, Scott Toth, McKinnish and Lang will start the game. Up the roads to Brett Toth. Brett Toth goes cross ice, picked off, but Scott Toth is with it, fighting for possession. Centering pass is picked off by Toth. Toth sends it out of the zone off the end of Scott's stick and into the Indian Hill end. Fox comes away with it, throws it off the boards and into the neutral zone. Back in it goes Spang to play it below the red line. Up the boards to Fox. Fox tried to hit Crockett, and his pass was off. Passing looked sloppy in the last game against Hilliard. Hopefully the Cyclones will pull it together in this game. And we have our first whistle of the contest. It looks like just the net is off. Both nets were dislodged multiple times in the last game. Apparently they're not pegged very well in this facility. 13:30 to go in the first period. Just kind of getting started here. Nothing on the board yet. Crosser bumped off the puck behind the net. Nice steal by Colin Steiger. He gets it out of the zone. Prosser. A lot of passing to the defense right now from the Cyclones. Not really putting their passes together well yet. Shot wide by Indian Hill. Steiger goes down. Reed Steiger comes in, delivers the hit. There's a shot and a goal. And Indian Hill leads 1-0. 12:54 to go in the first period. 1-0 Indian Hill. Yarko up the boards to the blue line where it's picked up and directed by Indian Hill. Luton throws it around for Buell. Buell picks it up. He's got McKinnish ahead of him. Lou ahead of him. Lou's got it. Lou skates into the zone and dumps it deep. He's got Yarko on the other side. Yarko back to Lou, and then they turn it over. McKinnish will play this one in the neutral zone. Brought in by Luton again. Yarko throws it behind the net for Brett Toth. Toth goes to get it. Sends it back to the blue line for McKinnish. Shot is blocked. Picked up by Brett Toth. Skated to the corner and behind the net. He takes a shot, and that's rebound was directed toward the net by Luton, but didn't go in. And it's kept in again by Spang. Yarko throws it back in. Icing is waved off. And a shot for Indian Hill into the side of the net. Out front again. Brett Toth can't get out of the zone. And Indian Hill coming back the other way. Schroeder and Charlie Rossell defending. Charlie goes off the boards. Off the boards again into the neutral zone. Rangers get it deep. Off the side of the net. Toth tries to get out of the zone, can't get it done. Back to the middle it goes, Rossell. Thought he was going to put a big hit on somebody down there for a minute. Back to the blue line. Dumped back in by the Rangers. Rossell drags the man down. Throws it up the boards for Toth. Back in. Indian Hill. Shot is blocked by Spang. Schroeder dumps it around the boards and out of the zone. Nice play there by Scott Toth on the back check. And we have a whistle. Now they're going to get Schroeder here for, looks like, hooking. Hooking is the call. And the Rangers go on the power play. Steiger ahead for Coates. Indian Hill gets there first. Shot is blocked by Colin Steiger and ahead for Coates, but too far ahead of him. 8:38 to go in the period. 1-goal lead, 57 seconds on the Ranger power play. Hooked away by Reed Steiger. Save for Sabera. "17 seconds to go on the power play for the Rangers. Back to even strength. Cyclones have killed the penalty. Shot wide by Indian Hill. Crosser off the boards out of the zone. He's got Colin Steiger skating. He's got Crockett in there skating. Fox takes it off the boards. Sends it deep for Crockett. Back to the blue line it goes. Prosser keeps it in off the boards for Crockett again. He's got Fox in the middle. His pass was blocked. He was looking the right direction, though. Fox goes to Prosser. Prosser in the middle, throws it toward the net. He had Crockett down there. Reed Steiger going to work. Turning, passing, and Crockett whiffs on the one-timer. That puck bounced off of somebody right before it got to him, threw his timing off. Crockett with a shot. Galitsky shoots it into a Ranger player, and Fox goes head first into the boards. Looked dangerous. Shot again from the point for Prosser, and that'll probably do it for that line. 6:22 to go in the first period. 1-0 the score. Indian Hill Rangers with the lead. Crockett dumps it deep for Colin Steiger, working toward the net. Tried to feed Sweeney. It went all the way through. Coates back to Lang. Lang off the stick of McKinnish into the zone again. That's out front. Oh, no opportunity there. 5:55 on the clock. 1-0 Ranger lead. McKinnish shot is blocked. Sweeney takes the shot. Crockett, Coach behind the net. Nice play by Sweeney to stop it up on the boards. Lang getting doubled up back there. Colin comes in to help. Colin comes away with the puck. Through the legs. Off the boards. Back to McKinnish. Nice play by Colin Steiger. McKinnish goes back to him. Gets it to the blue line, and it's shot back in by Indian Hill. McKinnish sent it up to Coates. Coates out to Sweeney. But Indian Hill has possession. Poked away by Sweeney. And brought in by Colin Steiger. No help for him. Takes the backhander into the goal. And we're tied at 1. On the strength of a Colin Steiger goal. .4:49 to go, first period. Roselle's line out now. Brett Toth to Scott Toth. Gets poked away by Indian Hill. Toth doing battle, trying to get into the zone. Centering pass comes across, broken up by the Cyclones, and they clear it. It's going to be icing. 4:24 to go in the first period. And a tie score of 1-1. There's a shot and a save for Sabera. .413 to go first period. Nice poke there by Brett. He gets it out of the zone. Shot, kicked aside by Sabera. Rangers behind the net, out front, shot, and Sabera. I think they're looking for it now. No goal. 3:46 to go in the first period. Shot in and out of the glove of Sabera, and he covers. The scoreboard has suddenly gone blank, but the game goes on. Luton with a blocked shot there. Yarko, sans stick. Goal for Indian Hill. Scoreboard comes back on, alive, just in time to put up the second Indian Hill goal at 3:29 to go in the first period. Galitsky's line out now. Fox had it for a second and then kicked off his skate. Dumped back in by Indian Hill, out of play. And for some faceoff stays in the Cyclones' end. Shot kicked aside by Sabera. McKinnish going to work behind the net. Sent out of the zone by McKinnish. And again, the Cyclones are basically just sending it to the neutral zone. They're not putting together passes. There's a hit there by Lang. Fox whiffs on the pass and gets it to Crockett, but it's coming back the other way. You can see what happened on the near boards. My view is blocked. That goes off a skate and stays in the zone for Indian Hill. Crockett puts a hit on. McKinnish sends it off the side of the net. Fox looking for a pass. He's got Crockett. Crockett enters the zone. He's got Galitsky with him. His shot is blocked, up and out of play. Colin Steiger's line out again now. 2:21 to go in the first period. Indian Hill leads 2-1. Cyclones have not had a lead this weekend yet. Spang off the boards. Turnover. From the circle, Colin Steiger sends it back out of the middle. Picks it up on the far boards. Goes by the defender to Sweeney. Collins going to the net. And Sweeney's pass is picked off. And it's coming the other way. 2-on-2. Coates comes out with it. Good save for Sabera. Sabera did not know where that puck was initially, and then it was shot right into him, and he sprawled on it. 1:15 to go. Luton's line. Yarko off the boards, out of the zone. Again, Cyclones just putting it back to the neutral zone, not putting passes together. Dumped in by Prosser. Luton on the forecheck, gets there first. Nice hustle. Sends it to the blue line for Reed Steiger off the end of his stick, and now he's under pressure. Reed comes out of it. Gets stripped at the red line. That puck is sent across the face of the goal by Indian Hill. And Reed, I thought they were going to get Reed for tripping back there, but I think the goal was just off, and that is the case. 21 seconds to go in the first period. 2-1 the score, Indian Hill. Prosser's going to skate it up. He's got Brett Toth. Brett takes a shot, gets it behind the net. Brett, no angle shot, blocked. That's the end of the period. 2-1, Indian Hill. And I believe the ice cut is going to come now. Maybe not. Ice cut may be between the second and third periods. Rossell will take the face-off to start the second period. And we have an equipment delay here. Indian Hill keeper. He is heading back to the bench. Still an issue. Probably a strap. It's just what this game needed, was some more delays. And now this keeper's pad is off all the way. His leg pad is. And they are starting from scratch here. Point, yeah, I was going to say at this point it seems like 42 should just head to the pipes, but that is not what they're going to do. They're going to take the time and make sure this equipment is right, and then they're going to send this keeper back out. Nope, that is not what they're going to do. They are going to send 42 to the pipes. Here we go. Get this game started. Now, new keeper for the Indian Hill Rangers. Cyclones need to get some shots on him early. Rossell taking the face-off. Brett Toth skates it in. He's got Scott at the net. Circling, sends it to the blue line, through the legs, or around the legs of McKinnish, all the way back down to the Cyclones' end. Front and tipped out of the zone by Scott Toth. Scott and Brett skating for it. Shot behind the net by Indian Hill. Scott Toth on the forecheck. Good pressure, nice stick lift by Toth. Poked away by McKinnish. Turned back to the zone by Brett. He turns it over. Lang throws it in deep, and they go for a line change. Fox gets into the zone. Got Crockett down there. Crockett bumped off the puck. Fox comes in, takes the puck, tries to get it to Golitsky, but it's blocked. He does get it to Golitsky. And it's back on the stick of the Ranger, who is headed toward the net, and he is dragged down. And that's a rough call there.
He lost his edge!
On Spang. Spang going to the box. I guess a trip is what they're calling that is. That is unfortunate. And the Cyclones back on the penalty kill. Penalty kill 1 took the whole penalty last time. Shot. And Reed Steiger trying to get out of the zone there. Unable to do so. Block there for Prosser. That time Reed got it out. Here comes Collin into the zone. Poked away. Back to the middle. Aggressive penalty kill for the Cyclones. Serving them well so far. 1:18 to go on the penalty kill. That's out of the zone. Another little break for the Cyclones. Sent in. Gloved, and nice poke there by Reed Steiger. Shot and a save for Sabera. 52 seconds to go on the power play for the Rangers. And that's a goal. Power play goal for the Rangers makes it 3-1. 11:48 to go in the second period. And Steiger sends it back in. Reed Steiger. Nice play to get it back to neutral zone. Coates knocked off the puck. Cyclones are not playing physical today at all. Kicked aside by Sabera. Reed Steiger takes it. Steiger hits Collin up the middle. There it is. Nice chance in the glove of the Indian Hill keeper, but he didn't have a good save there to keep it. That's a nice pass by Reed Steiger and a nice shot by Colin Steiger. Rosell to take the face-off in the Ranger end. Drops it back to Lang. Lang's shot is deflected and still saved by the Ranger keeper. That was a good save. Rosell. That's underneath him. Whistle blew. Rosell to take the face off again. Dumps it behind the net. Out front, dangerous pass for Indian Hill, and Rosell was out there right in front of the net. Dumped in for Lang. Indian Hill gets there first, but it's poked away by Sabera. Nice play. Stolen by Brett Toth. Sent back in by the Rangers. Toth forces it out of the zone. He's still got it on the boards. He skates it in. Around the defenseman. Gets the shot off and the goal. That goal was 100% Brett Toth. 10:04 in the second period. The score is 3-2 Indian Hill. Sent in by Schroeder. And icing is the call. Shot, save. Rebound, shot wide. Yarko picks it up on the far boards, skates it into the zone. Spang off the boards to Luton. Ahead to Yarko into the zone. And turn back over to Indian Hill. They bring it in, and Cooper Buell goes to work. Centering pass. Ooh. Man, directed. It's in the side of the net, and it's finally cleared. And that's on goal. It's a nice clear. Cooper Buell on the forecheck. Somehow it squeaks by and goes all the way back down for icing. Golitsky taking the face off. The Ranger end. Kept in by Prosser. Crockett was hit pretty hard, dropped over there. Fox curling, took the shot there. Shouldn't have taken that shot. Crockett, a hit behind the net. Prosser. Nice. Keep it in by Fox. Now back to the neutral zone. And on the stick of Fox again. Reed Steiger, this pass is blocked. He gets it back and gives it over again. Prosser going to work behind the net. 2 Rangers. There's a stick on the ice for our Rangers. So we're effectively 5-on-4 here. Fox comes away with it, gets out of the zone, but can't skate between the 2 defenders there. Crockett. And Fox on the forecheck. Fox turns him back behind the net. Crockett goes to work. Outlet pass is broken up by Prosser. Crockett throws it all the way down for icing. Icing is waved off, but they get a line change. .7:11 to go in the second period. 1-goal game. Indian Hill leads it. Colin Steiger skates into the zone. Dumps it to the corner for Sweeney. Indian Hill pulls it off the boards. And it's kept in by Coates. Back on the stick of Colin Steiger. Shoots it between the legs of the defender. Rebound is still loose. And it's cleared by the Rangers. Oh no, it was kept in there at the point by McKinnish. And now it's out. Back down the Cyclones end. McKinnish dumps it in. He's got Sweeney down there. Cyclones do not look like they want to hit today. Nice play down there by Colin Steiger. Coates applying the pressure. Kept in by Rosell. Scott Toth with it. Bats it down. Fighting in the corner for possession. Rosell. Toth backhands it to the corner and skates for it. Puts it back. Oh, tries to get it out front. It comes off the side of the net. Still in the zone and finally cleared by the Rangers, who now have some odd numbers. Oh, off the glove of Sabera. 5:12 to go, second period. 1-goal lead for the Rangers. Brett Toth had trouble getting that pass off. Schroeder pushed off the puck. Rosell gets it. Rosell leaves it for Spang. Spang up the boards, trying to hit Brett. Toth working in the neutral zone, gets it in, takes the shot, wide of the net, rebound, in the goal, and that's Yarko on the goal. Nice work by Brett Toth, who will get an assist on that for sure. And Yarko with a game-tying goal, 3-3 with 4:20 to go in the second period. Luton's face-off. Yarko skates it in. Indian Hill from the left circle, shot deflected, out of play by Sabera. 3:36 to go. Golitsky on the faceoff, he wins it. Back to Prosser, and then Rocket tries to get out of the zone, turns over. Oh! Another save for Sabera. Fox tries to hit the middle, and Kinish has to come up, make a hit. Fox helps him out with that, and the two of them finish off that Indian Hill player. Rocket takes it back below the red line. Wraps it around for McKinnish to Fox. Fox hits Golitsky. Nice pass. He's got help. Poked away by the Rangers. .245 to go, second period. 3-3 score here. Rocket in the corner. That's cleared. That's sent down on goal by Lang, I believe. And the Cyclones go for a line change, but that's going to give Indian Hill a good chance here. And Sabera is up to the task. Colin Steiger sends it across for Schroeder. And Schroeder gets it in the goal from behind the net. And that's the go-ahead goal. The Cyclones lead for the first time this weekend by a score of 4-3, Gus Schroeder. Now you see some action and some life coming to the bench over there for the Cyclones. That's good news. 2:14 to go in the second period and their first lead, 4-3. We have a defensive change up here for the Cyclones. Steiger's face-off goes back to Reed Steiger. Gets it ahead to Coates into traffic. Steiger has to send it back. Nice play there by Steiger in the neutral zone. Dumped in. That's deep for Prosser. Over to Steiger. Reed Steiger hits Colin again at the blue line. It's turned over. Prosser gets it back. Sends a weak pass off the boards, but gets it back. Now he's going to skate it in. He sends it up to Coates. Coates gets a shot off. Rebound. Prosser shoots it behind the net, and Colin Steiger goes after it from the point. Reed Steiger's bouncing shot. It's chipped by Sweeney. Shot by Prosser again from the left side, and it's covered. 1:18 to go in the second period. Cyclones lead 4-3. pass. Broken up by Prosser. Shot over the net. It's out front. Ooh. Reed Steiger peeled that one out of the jaws of death. And we have probably going to be a high sticking on Prosser. High sticking is the call. 40 seconds to go.
He's not wrong.
Power play goal for the Rangers. And the score is back to 4-4. 30 seconds to play in the second period. Sweeney brings into the zone and turns it over. McKinnish. Coates back to McKinnish. In neutral zone, 4 seconds, 3. And that's going to end the period with a score of 4-4. It's all going to come down to the third after this ice cut. Teams are back on the ice and ready to start the third period with a tie game. Rosel's line will start us out. Toth brings it into the zone. The shot is blocked. Two coming into the zone, shot wide. From the blue line, shot comes in, kicked away by Sabera. Dumped in and picked up by Prosser. Prosser off the boards out of the zone. Still fighting for it. Sent in by Indian Hill. And Reed Steiger will be back to get it. Goes to Prosser. Prosser goes to Coates. Coates is going to skate it in. Takes a shot in the glove of the Ranger keeper. 13:49 to go in the game. Still tied, 4-4. Coates ahead to Colin Steiger. In the near corner, he goes to Lang at the point. Lang shoots. His shot is blocked. Picked up by McKinnish in the neutral zone. His pass is picked off. But he puts a hit on the man, and it's covered by Sabera. 13:12 to go in the game. Sebastian Galitsky taking face-off in the Cyclones' end. Schroeder sends it back. Prosser, Crockett. Out of the zone. Fox can't get to it. Schroeder off the boards to Galitsky. Backhands it into the zone. Fox sends it back in off sides. They regroup. That one goes off of Galitsky's skate. Shot, save, Sabera, rebound, loose. Another save. Sabera was sprawled out on the ice, stuck his stick out, and made the second save. Bodies colliding in front of the net. And Spang gets his stick back. Schroeder. Spang going back to get it. Around the boards to Crockett. Comes out of the zone, goes all the way down for icing. 12:09 to go in the game. Rosser sends it up to Coates. Coates, his pass is picked off. Sent ahead by the Rangers, sent across. Big save by Sabera. Colin Steiger peels it away and gets it to Coates. It's coming back the other way. From the blue line, shot wide to the net. Colin Steiger can't get out of the zone. A one-timer takes a weird bounce off of Prosser's stick. Bouncing shot, and it takes a weird bounce off of Prosser's stick and ends up in the net, and that is disappointing. Well, the Cyclones have been down 3 other times in this game. They come back again. Luton's line is out. Tries to win it forward. Picks it up, sends it over to Luton. Luton dumps it in. He's got Buell chasing and Yarko. Just off the end of Lang's stick and all the way back down to the Cyclones' end. McKinnish sends it across ice to Buell. Buell's got a little space. He dumps it in. He's got Yarko again on the forecheck. Shot into the glove of Sabera. And Sabera. I just heard Spang call for Preston. So they're going out to check on Sabera. We may be seeing Preston Martin take over in the net. And looks like we are having that happen. Here comes Martin. Sabera has struggled with injuries this year. He's been okay lately, but apparently is not. He didn't look comfortable in there the last minute or so. I was going to say something about it, and I didn't. And now he's out. Preston Martin in the goal. Here we go. Scott Toth with a chance. Not going to get there in time. He's tied up behind the net. Scott goes back in to get it and goes down. Went right around Schroeder and got it on goal. But Sabera stopped it. Rousseau off the boards to the blue line, picked up by Spang. Spang ahead for Scott Toth, who paddles it forward and into the zone and follows it, but he doesn't get there in time. Spang sends it back to him. Brought in by Rousseau, weaving his way through traffic. Looking for somebody in the middle, sends it across. He sent that a little shallower. He had Brett out front. Looked like he was trying to shoot that, no angle. 9:09 to go in the game. It's 4-3 Rangers. Scott Toth takes over. Throws it in deep. Brett Brett Toth out front, shot. Wow, didn't go. What a chance for Sebastian Galitsky. Man, that was a beautiful pass out front by Brett Toth. And Sebastian's wishing he could have had that one back. 8:46 on the clock, 5-4 the score. Indian Hill leads. Sebastian Galitsky taking the face-off. Drops back. Crockett gets it forward to Fox. Fox. Oh, man. Fox stepped in front of the defender, got the shot off. It was blocked. The rebound popped right by him. Icing is the call, so we're back in the Ranger end with 8:33 on the clock. 5-4. 1-goal lead for the Rangers. Galitsky taking the face-off again, drops it back again. Crockett. Drops it off to Reed Steiger. Over to Prosser. He takes a shot wide. Out front to Galitsky. Shot. Rebound. Oh, nice pass by Fox out to Galitsky. And again, Galitsky's wishing he could have that one over. He's getting opportunities. 8:15 to go in the game. 5-4 Indian Hill. Pass was blocked by Yarko, but then picked up again by the Rangers. Bringing in, centered up. Yarko again. Bouncing off of a Indian Hill player. Sent in again by Indian Hill. Reed Steiger to Prosser. Prosser ahead to Luton. Luton mishandled that. He went through. Picked up by Buell and thrown into the zone on the regroup. Yarko and Buell in. Prosser looks like he wants to skate this one. He's going to. Oh, he lost the puck on the far boards. He had some room. He was going to skate all the way into the zone. But it's taken over by Reed Steiger. And Reed, looking out front, feeds Lou. And Lou just couldn't get the angle on his shot. Kind of came at him at a weird angle. He tried to direct it toward the net, but couldn't get anything on it. 7:07 to go. Still 5-4. McKinnish with a shot. Coates takes it away, and Colin Steiger has it below the red line. Feeds the blue line. McKinnish sends it back in, and McKinnish got taken down at the blue line. And the Cyclones coaches are pretty mad. Remember that McKinnish is playing with a torn ACL. A lot of chatter going on between the referees and the Cyclones bench with 6:42 to go in the game, and the Cyclones trailing by a goal. And Steiger behind the net gets dragged down, and now they're gonna call. And here comes Preston Martin, as it's going to be 6-on-5 a little bit here, and there's the whistle. 6:26 to go in the game. 5-4. Indian Hill Rangers with the lead over the Cyclones. Again, Cyclones have never led. But, oh yes, they did lead. They led in this game, I'm sorry. They did have a lead at one point, briefly. Spent most of this game either behind a goal or tied. Colin Steiger is going to skate it out with speed into the zone, pulls up, left circle, drops it back. Lead to Coates. Coates fires it back to Colin Steiger, takes a shot off the goalie, get back out. Rebound picked up by Indian Hill. And they send it down to the Cyclones end. Reed Steiger will pick it up. Makes a move. Goes up at the blue line and sets up the power play. Coates. Reed back to Coates. Coates feeds Russell, who redirected it toward the net, but nothing on it. And Coates again to Colin Steiger. Shot is saved again. And that's out of play. 35 seconds ago on the power play for the Cyclones. 5:02 on the game clock. Alan Steiger feeds it across to Coates. Picked up by the Rangers. Well played there by Rossell. Alan Steiger feeds it through. Spang is down there. Spang dropping bodies in the corner. Prosser will have to play this one. Coates. Sorry. This number was upside down. Coates from behind the net. Back to Reed Steiger at the point. And takes it out of the zone. And Reed Steiger is drilled on the far boards. And I believe offsides is the call. 4:11 to go. Allen's out of the zone. Galitsky and Fox. Moving Hill back into the zone. Picked up by Fox. Turns it back up and out of the zone again. Galitsky skating. Poked away by Preston Martin. Shot by the net. Picked up by McKinnish. Shot again. Off goal again for the Rangers. And cleared down the ice for icing. With 3:16 to go. Broken stick down there from Rossell as he heads to the bench to get a new one. Fed through from Scott Toth to Brett Toth. Brett puts it back on net again. Colin Steiger shot deflected to the corner. Brett Toth to get it. Brett sends it behind the net for Scott. Picked up by Collins, fed out front, and man, Schroeder almost had goal number 2 there in this game. Cyclones call timeout with 2:32 to go. 2:39 to go in the game, trailing by 1 goal. Probably going to pull Preston Martin at some point. So with 2:39 in the game, 1 goal lead for the Rangers. Facing off in their end, and an empty net for the Cyclones. Rossell taking the face-off. Reed Steiger working on the near boards. Colin Steiger helping out. Rossell in there, comes away with it, sends it across for Prosser. Prosser gets there first, takes the shot wide of the net. Picked up by Reed Steiger, dump back in to Colin Steiger, curling, shooting, and it's saved. 2:17 to go. And here's where the nice play there by Prosser to save an empty net goal. That would have put this one away, and now we have a whistle. And I'm not sure what this whistle is for. Offsides was the call. 2:03 to go. Rossell pushed in by Reed Steiger and covered. 1:58 on the clock. Colin Steiger has to win the face-off because we have an open net. And then Hill wins it and pins it against the boards. 1:50 on the clock. Doubt he's going to be able to hold it that long. Coates goes down. Colin Steiger still fighting for possession. Gets it out to Prosser. And Steiger. Offsides is the call again. This time on the Rangers. It's 1:36 to go in the game. 1 goal. 6 on 5. Empty net for the Cyclones still. Colin Steiger. Bumped away from the play. And there's the empty netter to finish the game for Indian Hill. Galiski's line comes out with a 1:25 to go and a 6-4 lead for Indian Hill. And dumps it in. Fox on the forecheck gets there first, puts it behind the net. He is pushed into the boards. It's hard to see what's going on down there, but there's a battle on the near boards. Lang puts a hit on him, and there's a goal for Indian Hill. The wheels are off the cart. There's 59 seconds to go, and it is 7-4 Rangers. Brings it in. .39 seconds to go. Hill dumps it deep again. Wrapped around by the Rangers. McKinnish will play it. 25 seconds on the clock. Icing is the call. .5 seconds to go, and the puck pinned against the boards. The whistle blows. I don't know why they bothered with 2.4 seconds on the clock. Cyclones onto the ice, and the coach is telling them to just run the clock. And that's the game. Ugly finish for this one, 7-4, the final score.
Come on.